Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated returns in the performance car world, the 2026 Dodge Viper. After a long hiatus and plenty of speculation, Dodge has finally brought back this American icon. And trust me, it's more than just a name revival. This is a full-blown, unapologetic modern muscle supercar that's ready to shake up the segment once again. So buckle up, because in this video, we're going to take you through every angle of this beast. From its aggressive new design, the refined interior, brutal performance numbers, pricing details, and finally, my personal suggestions and verdict on whether the 2026 Viper deserves a spot in your garage. Let's kick things off with that bold new exterior. The 2026 Dodge Viper has undergone a dramatic redesign that honors its heritage while embracing the future. At the front, you're greeted by a menacing, low-slung nose that immediately commands attention. The long hood remains, a Viper signature, but it's now more sculpted, with deep air channels and aggressive lines that aid both cooling and aerodynamics. The new LED headlamps have a sharper, more angular look, replacing the old rounded designs with something far more modern and sinister. The front grille is wider, lower, and more functional, allowing better airflow directly to the engine and brake cooling systems. And if you're a fan of carbon fiber, Dodge has tastefully integrated it into the front splitter and hood vents for both performance and aesthetics. Moving to the side profile, the 2026 Viper keeps that iconic, stretched-out silhouette. It's unmistakably a Viper, but now it's tighter, cleaner, and far more aerodynamic. The fenders bulge over wider wheels, up to 20 inches in the rear, and they house massive performance tires that speak to the car's brute strength. There's a noticeable reduction in unnecessary body creases. Dodge has gone for muscular simplicity with crisp lines that hint at the power beneath. The side exit exhausts are back and louder than ever, now tuned to deliver a deeper, throatier growl. Aerodynamic enhancements like side skirts and functional vents near the rear wheel arches give it a track-ready look even while parked. As we walk around to the rear, it's clear that Dodge wanted to make a statement. The 2026 Viper features an all-new rear light signature, with LED taillights stretching across the width of the car in a bold, futuristic pattern. The rear decklid now incorporates an active spoiler that adjusts at speed, improving downforce without compromising aesthetics. Dual center-mounted exhausts dominate the rear diffuser, which is more aggressive and track-focused than ever before. The rear bumper is angular and purposeful, giving off a sense of strength and width that communicates just how planted this car is on the road or the track. Inside the cabin, Dodge has made a monumental leap forward. The Viper has always been a raw driver's car, sometimes criticized for being too stripped down. The 2026 version flips that narrative by blending performance-focused design with high-end materials and technology. The cockpit is snug, as expected, wrapping around the driver in a way that emphasizes control. But now, everything feels more premium. You're looking at Alcantara and leather-wrapped surfaces, exposed carbon fiber trim, and contrast stitching throughout. The new 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster is fully customizable, showing everything from lap times to G-forces, while the 10.1-inch infotainment system supports wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air updates. Dodge has even upgraded the seats, which are now racing-style buckets with better support and optional memory foam inserts. A new performance HUD projects real-time data onto the windshield, a first for the Viper, allowing you to keep your eyes locked on the road or track. And yes, for the first time, there's a usable amount of cabin storage and a slightly more accommodating cargo area, though practicality still takes a back seat in favor of thrills. Now, let's talk about what really makes this car tick: performance. The 2026 Dodge Viper doesn't just bring back the name, it brings back the fury. At the heart of the beast is a newly developed 8.4-liter naturally aspirated V10 engine. That's right, no turbo, no supercharger, just pure, high-revving American displacement. This monster produces a jaw-dropping 765 horsepower and 710 pound-feet of torque. Mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, yes, Dodge kept the manual alive, this car rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds, with a top speed north of 210 miles per hour. For those who prefer modern convenience, there's also a track-tuned dual-clutch 8-speed automatic available. The chassis has been completely reworked with a new aluminum space frame, and the car now uses adaptive suspension developed in partnership with Bilstein, giving it track precision with street compliance. Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, a 50-50 weight distribution, and a newly calibrated electronic stability program mean the Viper now handles just as well as it accelerates, a true weapon for the circuit. Pricing is aggressive, but not outlandish for what you're getting. The base model starts around $125,000, which undercuts many European rivals while delivering equal or greater performance. The GTS trim, which adds adaptive aero, upgraded brakes, and a more advanced interior package, pushes the price to about $145,000. There's also a hardcore ACR version in the pipeline for track purists, expected to start at $165,000. Yes, it's expensive, but it's also a car that offers unique character and rawness in an increasingly digital performance car world. You're not just paying for speed, you're paying for an experience, one that few cars at any price point can replicate today. So, should you consider the 2026 Dodge Viper? If you're someone who values connection over convenience, power over plushness, and heritage over hype, this car is absolutely worth your attention. Dodge has managed to keep the spirit of the original alive while bringing it up to modern expectations. It's not pretending to be a daily driver or a luxury GT, it's an unapologetic, adrenaline-fueled machine built for people who live for driving. My suggestion: if you've ever dreamed of owning a Viper, this is the time. The 2026 model might just be the best version ever made, and with emission regulations tightening, we might not get another chance like this again. And that wraps up today's in-depth review of the 2026 Dodge Viper. Let me know in the comments what you think of the return of this American legend. Would you choose it over a Corvette Z06 or a Porsche 911 GT3? And don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next review. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep your passion for cars alive.